Youth sport leagues are becoming increasingly privatized and beginning to mimic the values and expectations of professional sport. This becomes dangerous for many reasons. For starters, this enforces the idea of becoming an elite athlete, creates a highly competitive and highly selective structure in youth sport. With more exclusive leagues comes higher fees to participate. The average cost to enroll your child in competitive travel leagues is almost always guaranteed to be a couple $1,000s. The upper level programs can even cost up to $20,000. These figures are not including travel costs to compete in the tournaments, which can be held hours away. Typically, a privatized youth sport program participates in tournaments every other weekend, which becomes costly very quickly. In a study conducted by TD Ameritrade, 40% of parents reported they were counting on athletic scholarships to cover more than half of a child's college costs. This becomes a major investment in the athlete's future and emphasizes how privatization relies on future promises of scholarship and working up to the elite level. To prevent privatization, we must emphasize the 5 C's of the positive youth development model, the first being competence. Participating in sport should create a sense of capability for the young athlete academically, socially, and cognitively. Secondly, youth sport should boost confidence, encouraging kids to take risks and step out of their comfort zone to help them realize their true capabilities. Next is compassion. Working collectively on a team helps develop empathy for one another and establish a sense of camaraderie. The 5th C is character. Committing to a sport at a young age provides beneficial characteristics such as morality, integrity, and adherence to societal and cultural norms. Lastly, we have connection. Youth sport is composed of 3 factors: the coach, the parent or guardian, and the athlete. We refer to this dynamic as the athletic triangle. All 3 have reciprocal relationships with one another, so it's important that everyone is on the same page. Coaches must clearly outline their expectations, intentions, and boundaries to their athletes as well as their parents, and vice versa. Maintaining a positive relationship on all sides of the triangle is the best way for the athlete to get the most out of their experience. In organizations who effectively implement the developmental model, there is an additional 6th C, contribution. These organizations lead athletes to become active members of their community, which in turn enhances personal growth. Victory Life Youth Sports is an example of an organization that exemplifies the positive youth developmental model. They are a 501c designated Virginia nonprofit corporation that is 100% volunteer. In 2018, founder Dwight Vick used his 20-plus years of experience in the social services field to establish a youth sport program that cultivates personal growth and development on and off the court. The program currently consists of 3 AAU basketball teams who participate in various tournaments and games throughout the season. Victory Life Youth Sports combats the privatization of sport by offering young athletes the opportunity to play with an organized team for a fraction of the cost. The fee to participate is about $450, which is put towards gym fees, games, and uniforms. The rest of the funding comes from charitable donations and fundraising. On top of that, the majority of the games are played locally in Manassas, Virginia, which allows for friends and family to attend games without having to travel hours away. They even have the 6th C covered, contribution. This past winter, Victory Life Youth Sports partnered with the Manassas Park Community Center and Georgetown Community Council to conduct a toy drive for families in need. They are committed to giving back to the local community, which creates a purpose for the athletes and the coaches that goes beyond the game of basketball. To prevent the privatization of youth sport, more organizations should be like Victory Life Youth Sports by strengthening local resources and communities instead of traveling elsewhere to pay more money for less developmental benefits. This can be achieved in many ways. Look to local 501c nonprofit organizations and set a fundraising goal. Some examples in Virginia include Girls on the Run of Nova in Fairfax, Equikids Therapeutic Riding Program in Virginia Beach, and Loudoun Youth Soccer Association in Leesburg. Partner with schools in the area about an after-school sport program to attract interest and involve students in the fundraising process. Their participation in the process of establishing the program will provide a sense of purpose and pride in their sport organization. This would also give the students access to better facilities and a wider variety of sports. Find coaches looking to serve as a mentor for young athletes and sees value in the experience of coaching, not just a way to earn a paycheck. Reach out to your community through social media in a creative way, like with a monthly newsletter recapping the events your group participated in that month. It gives people a visual of your teams in action and a better understanding of your values as an organization. Emphasize the positive youth developmental model. Provide learning opportunities for young athletes to carry with them in their everyday lives.